What are you doing? I'm going to be rescuing cats out of the water in a minute. She's having a drink, look, isn't that lovely? The Chief would never ever go near water before. Good boy, Spirit. She's had a drink, come back up again. Chief, you be careful. I'm going to end up falling in a minute if I'm not careful. Be careful, good girl. Actually volunteering to go near water, it's incredible. She was absolutely petrified of water now. Connie, my previous savannah girl, she loved water. She'd paddle in it, she'd swim in it. This one wouldn't even put her go like near a couple of metres of it, so this is the closest she's ever wanted to go. Obviously the geese are there, and obviously she's just seen Spirit go down there, and she's curious as to what's in the water. So this is just absolutely amazing. Yeah, how curious. She's got the bit of her. She can get a drink from that, that'd be good. Now she's heard a moorhen or something along the edge. Something, yeah, there's a moorhen or something in there. She's heard, now she's going to go along and have a look. I think Spirit's down at the moment, so there's obviously a warning call. Rhino's here with us as well. Come on you, what are you doing? Be careful. You be careful, Titi. Careful. Good girl, careful. Says, oh, it's interesting stuff. You sit down, good boy. Hello. Good boy, Miner. Hello. I don't know where Spirit is. He's in the hedgerow somewhere, I think. Just really pretty amazed here. And obviously you can see she's even... Now what's she going to do? Rhino's here now. Come on, Titi. Mind the move. Let her come up. Go, Chief. Come on then, Chief. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes now. Good girl. Yeah, look, she's wary of him, but she's learned to tolerate him. Good girl. Good girl. Miner's going to go in now. Come on then, Chief. Let's go back to the van. What a good girl. So you can see where I've got the issue with the drainage. So that little bit I started is working well. The other one's fine. It's obviously not going over there with the raised path. So I've got to carry on digging this through to meet up with this bit here, and then take it down and have it drain off down there somewhere. So obviously I've just got to make some sort of gutter there. So raised path will eventually join under here, but you can see how wet with all the water going in here. It's quite waterlogged in this section here. So I've just carried on marking out with the wood chip where the path's going to go. Coming down there. So we've now actually got a bit of a walk around. Obviously I've got to put more on. I'm just trying to put some down to mark out where I've got to bring the barrow force. So that goes down alongside. Just when we walk around the tree, there's your footpath up to the fire. We'll go around the tree here and have under the tree to grass, so we can have like a chair on there or a hammock over it. This obviously will be grassed over. I've got to do a path down the edge down now. I'll have to get the side out in a minute and chop those nettles down. As you can see, the path's starting to show now. Starting to come together how we want it. I've cobwebbed all that off, so that's a bit cleaner. This is a bit muddy area. I'm just been putting barrowfuls of mud in here, just try to level that off, or at least bring it down and get a bit more padding, because you can see we've got the drainage issue here as well. And all this here, it's obviously needs to soak away as well. Where that wood chip is, it's actually very wet. Again, that will be helped once I've got another drainage hole going through, and I've maybe a board over to the kitchen wash area. But here the path carries on around, and that's looking quite nice now. You can see it's going to make a nice effect to actually have a wood chip path. I do still like the idea of making this drain away into like a little wildlife pond, very shallow, just for like newts and frogs or whatever, rather than the big lakes, so we can make use of any rainfall, any soak away, and maybe with use those big rocks. It's a bit rockery as well, so I'm thinking rockery little pond soak away. clear all that through there. That log needs burning. Just move the raspberry bush into here because I was thinking of having a little central little herb pot garden-y thing there to walk around, but that's looks okay for a minute, just to give it an idea. So at least now we can try and keep people to keep to the path. So obviously I've got to take some more wood chip down there and around there, but it's so muggy today and it's such a long way away to get the wood chip. But I don't want to put any wood chip on there yet because we don't want people walking on that because you just drown. If I just show you now, you can see it's starting to come to life a little bit now and make it look more like a little woodland retreat with the paths on. I've got to put another path as well down in front of the wood there to the sauna, which will be picked up from this one here. So we want to take it along there, along the edge. But yeah, I like the look of this. I'm just dripping with sweat. It's so muggy today. This is my boot camp. I'm enjoying it. It's nice to see things come to life, and when you start putting things in and you see it develop into looking like something. Okay, so I'm trying to clear this track now. So just going to be raking all the brambles, weeds, sticks, stones to the edge. I think it's the easiest way to start this. And obviously when I'm onto that drier bit, I can obviously get all the twigs and everything into a pile. And try to clear a track through where the road's going to go, I presume. The best way at the moment. But, it's just about just starting to tackle it really. And I can obviously then come after and clear all this up and get this burnt. Let's see what I can do with this. I am shattered. Oh, I've sort of got halfway. I've just been making piles of sticks. So, whoops, I'm sinking. Need to get a strimmer on it really now. So we've got a pile there. We've got a big pile there. And I've raked all this. I just chucked it on the edge at the moment so it can be collected. Raked it onto that edge or into that pile there. This has all been raked to the side, so it's a lot clearer to drive on. I say it just needs like a strimmer now really to top this and then carry on with it. I am absolutely done in. I don't know if you can tell anything's been done or not, but I know I've done it. Oh, that'll do for today. I'm sure I saw a peacock butterfly, and I've not seen one of them ever. Actually, there he is. To be able to have butterflies here. Look, it's a bit fast. I've never seen a peacock butterfly. First time I've seen a peacock was that one. It's so nice to have wildlife here. He's down there. See if I can get him for you. He's on the floor. You see him on the floor. Oh my word, isn't that beautiful? Wow. First time ever I've seen a peacock butterfly. I'll try and get some more pics later whilst I'm here. But it's just a beautiful conservation area. Things like that. Lion, come down here. Just stunning. So I'm just back at the area where I get a wood chip from. I walk all the way down there. I love this path down here. Needs filling in a bit down the bottom, but you can see my van's over there. And I'm just thinking, I like this corner. It's quiet. I know near the road, but it's further away from the trains. I'm away from everybody else. So I'm just clearing this little bit out now and sitting down. And I think it's going to be a little spot that I'd like to come and sit in, actually. For my own entrance. This is an entrance here. Obviously security will be right, because there'll be somebody in each corner now, because Glenn's there, we've got the fisherman over there. If I was up here, we can put a camera down. Well, there's train tracks down there, but we can both see down there. And I'm right near a lake, so I'm clearing myself a little fishing spot. And I just think it's a bit more peaceful. I'm going to sit here and just see if I can hear any trains and how loud they are. I think for a little healing space and a little place to do my artwork, it's rather nice. This is where, when I originally knew about the place, I said I wanted to come, but the energy wasn't right up here. But I did actually look further in that corner. But actually this little bit in here, a little bit further in, and of course the cats love going in this bit as well. Might be perfect. So I'm going to carry on tidying this up, because I was going to be going over there, but I need digging through a bit more and topping yet. I'm waiting for the cordless strimmer to come and do a bit more work over there. But I'm just wondering if my van would go onto this. Park in here next time I come back up to see what Glenn thinks. If I can prep it, might be quite nice. And obviously I've got to prep the road going through, so I don't get punctures. But it's just a little bit of paradise, this is, you know. I just love it here. And I say, to seeing that peacock butterfly earlier, my word. I used to study butterflies when I was a little girl, very young girl, and catch them and study them. And I never ever saw a peacock. It was one of those ones on the list that you just never saw, and you rarely see butterflies now unless you're in like a nature reserve. It's like I saw a little common blue, you know. It's like, not here but elsewhere, and it's just so nice to have an opportunity to mix with nature and just sit and look and watch, and just see what's around you. So peaceful, and obviously great for your mental health to sit in nature and fish apparently, and obviously walk and forest bathe and connect with all the elements and elementals. And I'm painting spiritual drum painting, just coming on amazing. The artwork that's on that is just incredible. And we did a mass drumming session here the other day, and again the drums were just teaching so well. It was a wonderful feeling. And again, if I did my drumming up here, we'd be further away from the fishermen as well, which helps as well. Anyway, I'll keep tidying and see what happens. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. This tree here's got all the little birdies in. TT's watching and talking to. See the bird over there that they're watching. Mine is here. He got smacked on the nose yesterday because I brought my cherub here to sit in, and Mischief didn't like the fact that he was a bit too close to me and she wanted to be next to me. So I picked her up onto my lap and he came and sat next to us, and she whacked him after a growl obviously, but at least I know she'll be okay with him. Spirit's been up a nice little bit here. It's got this big mountain bit between here and the field next door, so he's been exploring all this. It's all high, it's just all loose soil, so they can go to the toilet here, and it goes over the side by the door obviously. But this is where Spirit just comes and been hunting all morning, all up there. And then she settled down now and I've got no chair here. So I've run out of wood chip for the bottom end. I'm just clearing all the weeds on here to make it a bit nicer, and clear this bit down in here to make it a bit nicer. Mischief's getting very brave with this water now. She's got a tail in it. I don't know what she's watching, but she's hunting something. Hey Chief, what are you hunting? Good girl. What you got, Chief? What is it? I need to get a fishing rod. That here would just be perfect to fish. I'm going to get myself a licence when I come back, I think. Actually put my feet in the water. Trying to figure out how to get in. You getting wet, Chief? You getting wet feet, eh? You getting wet feet, you clever girl? It's the first time you've gone in the water, isn't it? Clever girl. So I managed to actually walk in the water and swim and everything. She's always been scared of it. Connie used to love it, like I said before. You're a clever girl, aren't you? You're a clever girl, eh? She actually just went to play with Minor. That was so cute. She just went sort of chasing after him. Let's see if she'll do it again. Good girl, Gigi, playing? You playing with Minor? What's he doing? You clever girl, what were you doing, eh? So this morning I'm clearing out the fishing cabin. It's full of just mouse and rat eating stuff. So another one I've got a decobweb, just going to do the main bit at the moment. Just sweep through. Cooking facilities and old log burner. So instead I just got to clear all this down a bit so they can get in here and do a finish clean up, and can you get it painted? I think they want to have a little fishing tackle shop, so this would be ideal for that. So like I say, I'm absolutely filthy. I'm coughing my guts up. I'm retching, but it's coming on nicely, so quite pleased with this. So I'm having a bit of fishing, just set a carp rig up now because I kept losing my float, and it's to me lily pads really. So we've got a carp rig on the rod. Sun's in a bit now, but I'm just going to have a bit of a rest and a relax, and then the van's ready, parked up this side, ready to leave. Cats are in. Spirit's hurt himself, so he's resting as well. So, and Mischief didn't want to sit out with me. We've got the pram here, but she didn't want to stay out with me. So they're just resting in the van. So I'm going to have a bit of chilled time now, and just relax, ready for a busy weekend. And then I'm going to pop off home. It's Thursday today, so I'll pop off home later today. Get my washing on, and then we're going to load at the van and put out the car this weekend. Right, so I've just grass seeded these areas now that we want to bring the grass back, and obviously the paths are marked, so when we've got more wood chip we can put more on here. We might have to sort of make them a bit wider as well, so they're big enough wheelchairs in the day, but it's not really a wheelchair place. So all this has been seeded, and here try to make a bit more grass. This can be a nice grassy area, nice rich grassy area. The plan over here is, as you're aware, I'm trying to dig this, we've got the overflow coming down, all the wetness coming down. So we've raised the path, that to be a grassed around the tree, a raised path, and I'm digging a channel here, which will collect up all the water. So I've got to join all this up, take that down through, and then have a little tunnel going all the way out, which could eventually go off down to the water there, or at least sort of keep it separate. But the idea is, so I can stop this being wet, and there's really nice big rocks here. I'd like a rockery here with a pond for newts and frogs in here, and then the back of that, the path going around the back of that will have the compost heap for all the plant material and so on to biodegrade down. So this will have a nice contained wall where all the overflow soaks in, and it will keep off the path. As you can see, the water's still here now because we actually have pondweed growing from the bits that have been grown in here. So we want to sort of keep that growing. So this will actually be made into like the pondy area, just a few inches deep, just so we can newts can come and frogs can come, and it'll be a nice little wildlife area, and clear all that. All right, thank you, Minor. And then, as I say, try to push all that the compost behind this bit and have a nice feature rockery there over the little tiny bit of water gathering, which will just enable it to drain away from this path here. Obviously, you see how wet it is here, so we don't want anybody walking on here. So at the moment, we're trying to make sure people walk on the wood chip and stick to the path, especially because we've got grass growing. So it's like walk on the wood chip only. So what we need is to have more wood chip come and deepen these, make these more obvious, and just keep everybody with the grass while that's all coming back, and obviously stay off this bit which is wet and muddy, which I'm going to carry on digging. As you can see, I've taken it from here all the way back to there at the moment, so we've moved all this much soil at the moment, which has been used to fill in the path holes and that, and it still needs a lot more doing over there and what's down there, but hopefully when they've got a digger that can be done. Obviously I don't mind doing a little bit of manual labour, but this is a lot easier when you have trenches dug by little mini excavators. But it's nice to put my own bit in. Got a nice flower here. We'll probably transplant that. If it's an orchid or something, I don't know what it is, or lily. I'll probably transplant that as I get through the soil. But as you see, I'm trying to keep these bits of stone in place because that would be the foundation of the rockery, and we have a nice feature rockery here. So like I said, I'm going to just try to dig through this tunnel here, join it up to here, so the water will then soak away this way and at least sort of gather here rather than go on to the pathway here. And then obviously this path can then be wood chipped once that's done. So we have one going either side of that tree, and around each tree it's going to be lovely grassy areas. I'm making sure around each tree that's being seeded as well around there. So just make them look really good. All this wood chip here has to be done, so I've run out, so I marked where it's going. So all this is going to be wood chipped because this is going to be a main standing area for the kitchen. So I've just been filling in with soil the holes here. So all this would be wood chipped. The floor mats will come up, and that'd be just a nice wood chipped area around that kitchen. And then you can see I've seeded in between the trees there, a nice grassy area there, which could have a hammock over it, or even a bench sat on it, on the grass, or just sit on the grass. And then this has all been seeded again as well, just to try and bring a bit more grass into this area here. Haven't got up there yet, still got to do a pathway, a track. Got to cut the nettles down on the edge of the ravine and do a nice pathway up there, which will join in front of the sauna and taking it all around the edge with the wood piles. So there's an exterior path going around the outside too, as will this continue. Again, going around to the fishing lake, and obviously the toilet track's already been done, that's already wood chipped, so we've just got to try and tie it all in now. But this would be the main standing area, so there'd be a nice big area here so they can go to do their washing up, and then a nice big wood chipped area here where you can go to the kitchen, and then where the settee is, like I said, it's on a grassy area, so all this is grass. It's going to look really nice to have this beautiful grass curve and tie all the paths up. Got the raspberry bush here, so I said before, to then like a little, maybe a herb pot there, but that's basically showing where that will be. But obviously fruit trees and things like that, and little herb pots. And what would be really nice is if we had around the edge of the path is to have an actual herb edge. So rather than have a stone edge, to actually dig a channel and actually have herbs like a lavender edge or something, lavender and rosemary going around, so that you'll have the scent of the lavender and rosemary and thyme as you hit your ankles as you go past. So that's obviously help with the flies, but also you've then got your kitchen growing here as well. And they're planning to have a nice tiered garden on there when that's cleared, so lots to do. But obviously I'm just trying to get this bit a bit tidier and sorted now, which is a big job, but I'm enjoying it. And it's just, you can see, just by putting the pathways in and shaping it out and marking it out, it's going to look really quite nice. Right, it's dismantling day. I've got to take the catio down and get the van tidy, because this weekend we're going off to White Lights Mind Body Spirit Fair in Elska. So I've got to get everything sorted, get the cats back, get myself in the shower, get my laundry done, get the stock uploaded into the van, setting up Friday ready for the Saturday and Sunday weekend. So obviously I've got to leave the site for the weekend, get some bits and bobs done, and then come back next week, hopefully after a successful weekend at Elska. Weather's rainy and horrible again. It doesn't distract at all from this place, it's just so lovely. Didn't help when you got to take things down and everything, especially when I wanted things dry to put away, but it is what it is. At least it'll soon be going back up again. So the cats have got to get used to being shut in the van for a weekend now, so they're probably going to be well pissed off after a lovely time here. But hopefully they've got an opportunity to sleep off all their antics and get refreshed, ready to come back again.